Alright, so today I'm going to teach you how to play No Name by Ryan O'Shaughnessy. More specifically, I'm going to teach you the audition version from Britain's Got Talent. That was the one I liked the most out of the ones I heard, like the different versions. There was like the album version, the one he played later in the show, but I like the audition version the most. So that's what I'm going to explain to you. So right now, I'm assuming most of you probably have your guitar in standard tuning, which sounds like this. You know, E, A, D, G, B, E, going from low to high. But we're going to be in open D tuning. So if you don't know what I mean by that, what you might want to do is pause this video and tune your guitar so that it sounds like this. And I'll explain a little bit more in a second here, but just sounds a little bit prettier, right? So what the difference is your low E is tuned down to a D. Then these two are the same. Your G string is tuned down to an F sharp. Your B string is tuned down to an A. And your high E is tuned down to a D. So D, A, D, F sharp, A, D. If you're planning on singing while you play, you should probably look into getting a capo. And if you don't, it's one of these little suckers here. You can like put it down, you know, wherever on your neck, and you know, it'll change the tune of the guitar, and it'll just help you if you're trying to find a range that you're more comfortable singing in and playing in. The fellow who plays the song, he doesn't use a capo in the version that I like. I'm not sure about the other two, but I do use a capo when I am practicing singing it and whatnot. I won't use one in this video, so it's easier for you guys to see exactly what notes and frets and whatever I'm doing, but yeah, it's definitely, capo is a good investment if you're looking to sing and play guitar at the same time. It opens up like a whole nother world of just music that you can teach yourself and learn whatever. I think when he plays it, he also has like some sort of effects pedal going on, so like, I'm sure most of you probably don't have an electric acoustic guitar, so if your guitar doesn't sound the same as his, that's probably why. He has an electric acoustic and he's, you know, using the pedal to make things sound different. When I'm teaching you this song, I'm going to refer to the strings in standard tuning, so I'm going to call them E, A, D, G, B, E. I'm not going to refer to them in open D tuning because there's freaking 3 D strings and 2 A's, so that would get pretty fucking confusing. And I'll make sure to differentiate between the low and the high E strings, or D's, whatever. This is a random note, but this is something I've been trying to work on. I notice a lot of times when I'm playing guitar, I have really bad posture. I kind of have this, you know, Hunchback of Notre Dame and E.T. thing going on where I'm slouching my back and my neck is sticking out, and I don't know, kind of thing long term, it's not really good for you, for your back and whatnot. So try to, when you're playing, you know, have a straight back, and you know, tuck your neck in and whatnot, pull your shoulders back, all that. So I'm going to break the song down into 4 sections, and when I tell you to slide a finger, do it on the last pluck of the G string when you're going from one beat to the next. And if it doesn't make sense now, it'll make sense as soon as you hear me playing the parts of the song, and even more so when you get into it yourself. Before I jump into the 4 sections, you know, explaining them and whatnot, I'm going to show you the plucking pattern, which of course is like, you know, the best place to start. And if you're like a more advanced player, I'll put timestamps on the bottom if I can figure that out, so you can jump through things faster. But I'm trying to make this like beginner friendly, because I know when I first started playing guitar a year ago, it was really fucking hard because a lot of the tutorials online just assume that you know what you're doing, and a lot of people are, you know, starting off and are just completely clueless. So good luck, and we'll get into things now. Alright, so as for the plucking pattern, you're going to start off plucking the bass note with your thumb, and it's either going to be the A string or the low E string, one of those two, and I'll tell you every time which one. And then along with plucking that, at the same time you're going to pluck the G string with your pointer finger, so it's either going to be or. After you do that, you're going to pluck the B string with your middle finger, then the high E string with your ring finger, then you're going to go back to the B string with your middle finger, and then your pointer finger back to the G string. So that's going to be throughout the entire song. There's only one part where it changes very slightly for, I don't know, like 2 beats, but I'll tell you about that when it comes. So yeah, it'll sound like this. Or so if you want to, you can just practice doing that yourself and just try to get the I don't know, the pace at which he plucks those down. You'll hear it if you listen to the audition version on YouTube or whatever. Alright, so for this section you're going to always pluck the low E string for your bass note. You're going to start off with your middle finger on the 8th fret of your G string and your pointer finger on the 7th fret of your high E string, and it'll sound like this. I'm going to play that for 2 beats. You're going to slide your middle finger down to the 7th fret and release your pointer finger. Play this for 1 beat. Then you're going to slide your middle finger down to the 5th fret and place your pointer finger on the 5th fret of the high E string. Play that for 1 beat. And then release your middle finger and slide your pointer finger down to the 4th fret of the high E string and play that for 4 beats. So all together it'll sound like this. Alright, so for this section you're gonna switch between the E and the A string for your bass notes. So you're gonna start off using the A string. You're gonna put your middle finger on the 3rd fret of your G string and your pointer finger on the 2nd fret of your high E string. Play this for 2 beats. And you're gonna slide your middle finger up to the 5th fret. Lift your pointer finger off and place your ring finger on the 5th fret of the E string. Play this for 1 beat. Then move your middle and ring fingers up to the 7th fret. Play this for 1 beat. Then you're going to lift both of those fingers off. You're going to put your pointer finger on the 2nd fret of the high E string and you're going to start using your low E as your bass note. Play this for 2 beats. Then lift your pointer finger off and just play all open notes for 2 beats. So all together it's going to sound like this. Alright, so for this section you're also going to rotate in between the A string and the low E string for the bass. You're going to start off using the A, so you're going to have your middle finger on the 2nd fret of your A string and your pointer finger on the 1st fret of your G string, and you're going to play this for 2 beats. Then you're going to lift up your middle finger and put it on the 7th fret of the low E string and put your ring finger on the 7th fret of your G string, and you're going to play this for 2 beats using the low E as your bass note now. So all together it's going to sound like this. Alright, so for this section you're mostly going to use the low E string for the bass. I'll tell you when to use the A string. You're going to have your middle finger on the low E, the 9th fret, and your pointer finger on the 8th fret of the G string. You're going to play this for 1 beat. Then you're going to slide your middle finger down to the 7th fret while releasing your pointer finger and putting your ring finger on the 7th fret of the G string. 1 beat. Then slide both fingers down to the 5th fret. 1 beat. Then slide your middle finger down to the 4th fret. Release your ring finger and put your pointer finger on the 3rd fret of the G string. Then you're going to release your middle and your pointer fingers and you're going to use them to do a hammer-on the second fret of the A string and the first fret of the G string. So it's going to sound like this. And then you're going to let those two notes ring out for like 2 beats. You'll notice when I do the hammer-on, I skip the pluck with my middle finger, the first pluck with my middle finger, that is. So it's going to sound like, instead of doing this, I'm doing this. So it's a little bit different than what we did in the third section, but it's the same 2 notes. So all together, it'll sound like this. Alright, so the complete song is section 1 twice, section 2 4 times, section 3 3 times, section 4 twice, and then back to section 1 once, and section 2 twice. When I was teaching myself the song, like, I found that I had trouble transitioning between the sections. Like, I could do one section, and then I'd fuck up trying to get to the next one, and that was pretty frustrating. So what I did was, instead of playing the entire song and just wasting time, I would play the sections in order that he plays them. So I go 1 2 3 4 1 2, but I'd only do them one at a time. As for like not playing each one like twice and then 4 times and then 3 times and whatever. So here's an example. Like, I would play it like this. And you can even play it faster than normal. So then when you're playing it normal, it'll be easier to do the plucking since you're used to doing it faster. And you can focus on like singing or whatever. So yeah, like that'll help you if you're trying to work on your transitions, and it'll even help you, like, that's just a shorter way of you practicing the strumming pattern if you're having trouble with that. That's like, I mean, I still sometimes, like, my fingers will jam up or whatever if I'm just practicing the song. So yeah, like, good luck if you're gonna try to follow through with learning the song. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I'll put, I guess, my email and my Facebook in the description, and then you can just message me on whichever one you're more comfortable using. And if you have, like, you know, questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, constructive criticism, and all of that, I would love to hear it. If you need, you know, more help than is in the video itself, I'd definitely be up for, you know, talking things over, whatever. So I guess this is where I'm supposed to say like, comment, subscribe, and I guess I'll be posting some more tutorials soon if I have time. Alright, thanks.